Hey, Wonder Women. Welcome back to another episode of Wonder Women Who Build, where we talk real business, real relationships, and the behind-the-scenes work of building a life and legacy with intention. Today's guest is someone I deeply admire, and although we've only known each other for a year, she has become one of my favorite women in the room. Cathy Perry is the co-owner of Crazy Cork Wine Bar, Director of Communications and Community Engagement at Oviedo Medical Center, and co-chair of the Oviedo Winter Springs Chamber of Commerce. But what I love most about Cathy, and you'll hear this today, is her unapologetic confidence. She is a fierce advocate for what she believes in. She says no when something doesn't align. She is loyal to her people, full of compassion, and deeply rooted in truth and integrity. Cathy stands her ground while lifting others up, and I can't wait for you to hear her wisdom. So Cathy, welcome to Wonder Women Who Build.
Thank you. I am so honored to be here, and if that is how you see me, I am like so fulfilled right now. That is awesome. Thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Tell the truth.
I feel very seen right now.
Yay,
Thank you.
that's so good.
Bring tears to my eyes.
Aw. Okay, Cathy, take a minute to introduce yourself to our listeners.
I think you did it. I'm Cathy Perry. I work at Oviedo Medical Center. It's an HCA Florida healthcare hospital. I've been there since the beginning, so about 12 years. We started as a freestanding ER, now a full-service hospital. I'm very proud of the work we do at that hospital for our community. I've been in Oviedo since '94.
Okay.
And we desperately needed healthcare and a hospital in town, and we have it, and it's a fantastic place. Mm-hmm. Along with that, my new husband, we've been married just a couple of years. He was a little bored, and we saw that Oviedo needed a wine bar, and so we created the wine bar that we would want to go to.
Nice.
So it's called the Crazy Cork Wine Bar. It's in Oviedo on the Park. It's a great spot, and I'm proud of what we're building there as well.
It is a great spot, and the food is amazing.
Thank you.
It's my favorite date night spot.
That's awesome. We wanted to create a space that didn't exist in Oviedo. You know, we got tired of when we want a nice bottle of wine with dinner, we had to leave town, and so we wanted to, keep people in town and let them have a fun spot. So yeah,
You did it.
thank you.
Yeah, it's won some awards too, has it not?
It has. We won the Orlando Foodie Award for Best New Restaurant, Best Wine Bar, and Best Patio.
Dang.
I know. It was pretty impressive. Our first year, we overlooked the dog park at Oviedo on the Park. Next week, I should say, we're going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary. So we did it. We survived the first year. It's exciting.
Yeah. That's something to be proud of.
I'm very proud.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we always start our episodes with a win of the week.
Okay.
And I always try to think of one, that's inspiring or something fun that's happening in my life recently. So I talked a few episodes ago. So by the time this episode airs, this, what I'm working on, what I'm going to talk about might already be over with. But I mentioned how I'm going to dance Thriller and learn the dance.
Yes.
So I've got two lessons in my pocket. The last 2 Wednesdays I've gone and I've danced and I've had a really good time, burned some calories, made some new friends. And so that's my win, is that I'm doing something fun and showing up for myself. And I come home, my husband's like, "How's it going?" I'm like, "It's going great. I'm dancing like a zombie." You
can't mess that up.
Yeah, like you just can't mess it up. Yeah, so that's fun. What about you?
That's awesome. I'm hoping to join you
Okay,
soon.
yes.
My win this week actually is not related to the hospital or the wine bar, but the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And actually, you were there for my win. You witnessed my win. We're both on the board of directors for the Oviedo Winter Springs Chamber of Commerce. And we got our treasurer's report, and it was great. And it was validating to know that the hard work we've put in this year with changing over our leadership and just making some big changes has paid off, and we're in a good spot. And that was a good moment for me.
It was. You got emotional.
I did get emotional.
Yeah, I got emotional watching you get emotional.
Yeah, because it was hard,
Yeah,
right? It's been a hard
it
year.
was.
We did some tough things, and it was worth it. Mm-hmm. So I'm tearing up now.
Yay!
I know. I'm proud of what we've done.
Yeah, it's something to be proud of for sure.
Yeah,
yeah, especially when it's hard.
it was hard.
And during the process, you were a little unsure
Yeah, well, yeah.
of some of the decisions, and you were like,
yes.
I remember one time you were like, asking me what I was
I
thinking
know.
and what I could see, and I was like, what do you mean?
You got
You're
this.
doing the right thing. Keep doing it.
You were a very good cheerleader. I appreciated you.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And you
I
barely
like to
knew
be.
me then.
It's true. But I call it as I see it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, Cathy, we're going to get into our episode now of interviewing and getting into the things I see and the things I would want to share with the listeners that I believe to be inspiring, because they were inspiring to me. So I think they'll be inspiring to other ladies. You carry yourself with a lot of confidence and clarity. So even though you might doubt yourself, that's not how it's carried out, at least from my perspective. So to me, what I see is that you know who you are. So where did that come from? And was it always there, or is it something that you grew into?
I'm happy that you see me that way, because I do have doubts, and I appreciate when you listen and you help me get over those doubts, because you've been really good at that. But no, it was not always there. I was an awkward teenager. Moved to Florida right after high school. Lost my way a little bit. I had good, loving parents, but neither educated, couldn't help guide me in that direction. It took me a while to get through college, but my first non-restaurant, non-minimum wage job, I call it my first big girl job. I was very blessed to work with a smart, confident woman who is now one of my dearest friends still after all these years. We still actually work together in a different capacity. But she was a great mentor for me, and it was a cool job. I worked for a nonprofit organization, and I got to do everything. Everything. I had a communications degree, but I got to do marketing and fundraising and special events, and you just did what you had to do to make it, to make it. And her biggest piece of advice to me was do the right thing. It was just that simple. No matter if it costs us a little bit of money, or if you have to say you're sorry because you made a mistake, whatever it was, just do the right thing. And I've always carried that with me. And so that has become just the core of who I am. I just try to do the right thing. And that served me well, So yeah, that's kind of the biggest takeaway from her. Apologize when you do something wrong and move on, But she's been wonderful for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I hope I get to. Do I know her?
You don't, but but you can.
I want to meet this lady. Yeah, she sounds incredible.
She is.
So she
pretty cool.
poured into you at a young age when you weren't sure of yourself.
Correct.
Gave you the space to grow, to make mistakes, to learn.
Correct.
Which shaped.
It definitely shaped
it.
who I was. Yes, and then we had some great accomplishments. On my own and together, her and I had some great accomplishments, and we've gone through life together, through cancer diagnosis, through divorces, through husbands dying, through it all. She's been there with me, but she's definitely been an inspiration for me.
Wow.
As a strong woman. Yeah.
And has that translated into you doing the same thing for young women in your life or in your work life?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know that I've had that same opportunity, but that is something I can.
It made me curious.
Yeah, I can actually work on that. The job I have now, I'm a kind of a lone wolf in my little area of my job. But yeah, that's an interesting thought. Thank you for that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you're a leader in your workplace, your business, and your community. So how do you decide what to say yes to and where to focus your energy? Because, working at the hospital, your corporate job,
Yep.
co-owning a business and running that,
Yes.
a restaurant is tough.
Yes.
And then serving on a board, leading a lot of people, a lot of dynamics in the community. And they all connect.
They do.
And they kind of overlap.
They do. They do. They definitely connect and overlap. The chamber, I've been a part of the chamber since the hospital first came into existence, so over a dozen years. And so I watched a lot, learned a lot. My husband was on the board years ago. It's funny because you're right. They're all very connected. The chamber works for me because I'm part of a large organization, one of the largest contributors in the community as far as most employees, the taxes that we pay, the contributions to the community, and just being a pillar of the community. You know, like I said, I'm proud of that. And now I'm a small business owner, so I get to wear that other hat. And as part of the chamber board, I could see that we needed a change, as we've mentioned, and I felt kind of compelled to stand up and say, pick me, because I wear these hats and I see what's going on, and we are also interconnected. And so I wanted to be part of that. The community of Oviedo's always been important to me. I started off my volunteer work with Oviedo Little League back in the day, you know, so I've just always been part of this community, and I love this area. I love this community. I love how when, you know, I remember back in the day we had a baseball mom who had pancreatic cancer, and the whole community came together for a fundraiser. You know, it was like 20 years ago, but this community comes together to support those in need, and I love that about it.
So does it make it easier for you to say yes to things, or what helps you balance it out? Like, what is your metrics that if you did have to say no to something,
Yeah.
what helps you
That's a
navigate
good one.
it?
Time, you know, because now, of course, time is limited. Does it serve the purpose? Is it something I'm passionate about? Because if I'm not passionate about it, I'm not going to do the best. You know, like I just re-upped my board seat for the Hope Helps because I love that organization. I think they do such a great job in Oviedo, taking care of people in need, helping feed people who, you know, are struggling. And so if it's what I'm passionate about, and if it's something that is well run, it's making a difference, it's moving that social needle, then I will help with that. If it's, you know, a time suck and it's not really making a difference, then it's a no.
A no.
It's
Time sucks or a no.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm noting that. Time sucks or a no.
Time sucks or a no.
So let's see. I say so a lot, apparently, in this episode. You take a solo vacation every year.
Yeah.
And when you told me about that, I was like, okay, tell me more. I want to know more about this. I don't do very many things alone. I mean, if I'm alone, it's because I'm at home alone and I'm like with my pups, but I don't go out into the world alone very often. Yeah. So it piqued my interest. So, you know, that's the kind of, to me, it's radical self-care that many women don't think to claim, because like I don't think to claim that. So I think that the listeners out there don't do it either. So what inspired it, and what does that time away in that space do for you?
So I do spend time alone, especially now that Randy, you know, is at the bar 5 nights a week. He's running it, and so he's there, and so I do have more time alone. I have no problem, and never have had a problem going to a restaurant alone to have dinner, or I've gone to a wine bar before and just sat and had a glass of wine by myself. I have no problem doing that. I have traveled in my past life. I traveled a lot for work. Alone, so I knew I could do it.
Right.
And I'm not going to not sit and have a good meal and a glass of wine just because I'm alone. I'm gonna do the things. So when Randy and I were talking about, well, let me back up. So Randy and I took a once in a lifetime trip.
Okay.
And it was, you know, Spain, France, Italy. I fell in love with Italy. Once in a lifetime trip became, I want to go back. Like, I need to go back. And part of it is I can eat in Europe, because as you know, I'm gluten intolerant. I thought I was gluten intolerant. It's really just an American wheat intolerance. And I can eat in Europe. So I want to go back because where else can I eat, and have such a good time?
The carbs are calling.
I know. I miss normal carbs. I miss donuts. Dang it. So I miss pretzels. I miss all the carbs. So that kind of was like, okay, I want to go back. So how can I make this happen? And part of, quite honestly, the wine bar was having an income source so that we could just, in a few years, go spend a month in Italy. That's part of the inspiration of why we started this. And there was one night we were out, and he's like, you could go by yourself. And I was like, I could. Could I?
Yeah.
And it was his idea. And the more we talked about it, the more excited I got. I mean, I got emotional because that's what I do. And I'm like, I can do that, And so that started it, and I did it. And I spent a few weeks in Italy on my own. Now, he is awesome and helped me plan it. He helped me figure it out. It was challenging. There were a few moments where I was like, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to get from A to... I remember I was stuck in the middle of Tuscany at a vineyard.
You poor thing.
I know. It was so rough. It's La Combarbia. We sell it at the wine bar. Cheap plug there. Yeah, shameless plug. But I'm like, I was kind of stressed. I'm like, how am I going to get... Okay, I got to get to Florence next. How the heck am I going to get there? And sure enough, the taxi driver they got for me didn't speak a lick of English. And I'm not good with the app. And so he drops me off at the train station. And it was about an hour later when I realized, I'm at the wrong train station.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it's not always easy traveling on your own because you get that stress, and I get myself worked up. But it has been so empowering for me, and the confidence after, like, I was like, I did it. I figured it out. I didn't panic. I got myself where I needed to go. I had such a great time. You just get up and you decide, I'm going to go in that direction, and I'm going to eat that. And now I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to sit here for 2 hours and read my book and have wine and lunch. And it's cool. I just did everything I wanted to do. And then the times I didn't want to, I laid in my hotel bed and watched Netflix for 6 hours. I'm like, I just did what I wanted. And it's very empowering. I mean, the confidence I have in myself now, it's awesome. It's a fun time, and I recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
So you aren't necessarily completely comfortable with the first time you did it.
No,
is what I'm hearing.
No,
but you did it anyway.
But I did it, and that made it even better, right? Like, because you come back with stories, but you also come back with, no, it was hard, but I did it, and those are the things that I think build us, right? It's those hard things that we do, the hard times we've been through that make us who we are. It's easy to have fun and have an easy life, but it's the hard things that make us who we are.
That's true. Yeah. I believe that too. Yeah. So you've mentioned Randy and how the two of you run the Crazy Cork together.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing and the hardest thing about doing business with your husband, your partner?
Good question.
The best thing and the hardest thing.
Yeah, the best thing is that we had this vision together, and it took us, years to get the place open. I forget that sometimes, that we started this so long ago, but we talked about every single thing, and it was very hard to do the work of going to all the different wine bars in Central Florida to figure out what we wanted and what we didn't want. It was really tough.
I can tell by your face.
Yes, it was really tough. So that was a lot of fun. We did a lot of research. But we built this together, and it's our vision. And we work together on it every day. We communicate every day about the business. And I'm just, I don't know. It's cool. The best thing. What's the best thing? It's just that we're building it together. Yeah. We're creating this for us. And then on Sundays is our day off together, and we typically don't talk about the bar much. We go and have our date day. And so that's important for us to reconnect as a couple and not business people, and just be together and have some fun and share good wine.
Of course.
Yes.
And what would you say is the hardest?
The hardest for me is not being able to devote my time to that solely, having to split between my day job and my night job. I'm not as young as I used to be, so sometimes that can be a little challenging. So that's the hardest part for me. I would love to be 100% in it, but that's not feasible right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah. Okay. So the hardest thing is working 2 jobs.
Working 2 jobs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the hardest
That's
thing.
the hardest thing. It's takes a lot of time.
It does take a lot of time. But you're doing it in
I'm
style.
doing it.
Yeah,
Thank
with
you.
a smile.
Thank you. I'm doing it.
So we talked about how deeply involved you are in the community. So what has community leadership taught you about people, business, or yourself? You can share all 3, or you can just pick one that stands out to you.
Community leadership.
What's it taught you?
It has taught me there are so many different types of people, that not everyone is genuine. That's hard.
That is a hard one.
That's hard because I am myself no matter if I'm wearing my hospital hat, my bar hat, my chamber hat. I'm me. And
Which is the core value of doing the right thing by
correct.
people.
Correct. Yes, correct. And so when you meet somebody or you're talking to somebody and you realize that they're not being their authentic self, or they're not doing things for the right reason, that's hard. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to, make some changes because of that. So that's challenging. But I've also learned there's so many different types of businesses in this community that I had no idea existed. And so it's fun to learn all the different types of businesses and how can we help them grow their business. How can the chamber, help grow businesses. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
To be part of that.
Yeah, I don't like that lesson of, the leadership in the community and meeting people that don't align with. I just assume, I work on the assumption that people are moving through the world with good intentions. And I get surprised by people who are not. And also what's difficult is being in our community that is so tight-knit and everyone knows everyone. You kind of need a flow chart to know who knows you cannot.
Right.
You have to be not politically correct, but that's the word that's coming to mind. Like you have to navigate through it assuming that you can't ever really come out with like a direct statement to someone that holds them accountable for something they've done. You have to, anyway, that's just what I'm experiencing. You have to, what I have seen is that to develop those relationships, you have to really navigate in a way that is, you hold those truths you learn about people or those hurts that they've, and maybe they're not even doing anything to me, but they're
You still
doing
take it
something.
personal, don't you?
Yes, I do take it
yeah,
personal.
yeah,
I do. I do take
too.
it personal, and I have to watch my face.
Yeah, don't play. I'm not playing poker with anybody. Yeah,
I have to watch my face.
My face says a lot. Yeah, it's bad.
Watch my face and not let my face be the, be the reactionary expression to something that isn't honest or isn't forthcoming or isn't aligned with whatever it is I'm working on in leadership, like bringing people on board
Right.
and showing them the vision. You think they get the vision, you think they understand. And then I feel like it's kind of like, it surprises me. I'm always caught aback by it, like a little smack in the face, like, oh, this is not where I wanted to end up.
And I sometimes I say too much. I say, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that much. I'm just so I'm forthright.
You are.
I'm the person in the room that says what everybody's thinking.
Yes, you are.
I've gotten better.
And I say that in an affirming way.
I appreciate that.
Because I want to do the same. But there's a way that you do it. And I'm not sure if it's the tone in your voice of how you express it, or maybe it's a blend of history. So you have a proven track record of people knowing that you're doing the right thing and going to hold people accountable. So you have that long-standing reputation of being that person. But I don't know if it's the tonality or the softness in your voice, because you do have a softness to your voice that maybe you don't realize. Maybe when you listen to this podcast, you'll hear it.
Okay.
But there is a softness in the way that you speak, but the words you're using are very firm. And so I'm learning from that, because I feel sometimes that there's not a softness in the way that I speak, and my words and my tone are very sharp. So when I'm speaking truth to somebody, it is like, I remember one time you asked me a question. I was like, you said, should I, this, that, the other? And I went, and you were expecting me to say something soft. And I was like, absolutely. You should do that. You were asking me about something you should wear or something you should do. I was like, no, you should definitely change that.
Do that. But that just means that you have definite opinion. Like
I do.
You have strong opinions,
but
and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's a way to deliver it so that you can lead a group of people with all the different, the thought process they have, the histories they have, the dynamics they have, and leading a group of people is from diverse backgrounds.
Yeah,
you have a way of doing that.
Thank you.
It's kind of like you're like a conductor, like,
wow,
thanks. Yeah,
that's kind of that. Thank you. I would not have seen myself like that, so thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like asking the producers in the room, do you guys think she has a softness? They're nodding yes. Like there's a softness in the way you deliver truth.
Okay. Well, that I've worked on that. Then that is a learned skill. That is, I'm a very self-aware person. Mm-hmm. I know when I screw up.
Not everyone is self-aware. I'm learning that too.
100%, and that's something you're like, they have no idea that's. Mm-hmm. I am a self-aware person. I know when I screw up. You may not know that I know, but I know. But I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to improve myself. And I've done a good job over the decades. I remember my 30-year-old brash self, and I was brash. I said what everybody else was thinking, but boy, did they think I was, a bitch. And so that doesn't serve you, in business. And so I have definitely learned over the decades to, not manipulate, but to, I guess, lead or to manage, and just to, I can't find the word I'm looking for.
Well, I mean, to bring people on board, to get buy-in from people.
Right.
You've learned how to get buy-in and how to, communicate with people in the way that they need to be communicated with, so that they see this is for the good.
Yes.
Let's move forward this direction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. My questions got moved around. All right.
I know there's some you haven't asked me yet.
I know you got one more and then a lightning round.
Oh, only one more?
Yeah, one more. So I see that you have, now we were talking about this before the episode began. We talked about guilt a little bit when we were like testing the mics, right? Talked about guilt, and I was listening to podcasts this morning talking about where that comes from. So maybe your answer is going to be a little different now that we had that little bitty conversation. But what I see is that you have a gift for saying no without guilt. So maybe in other areas you might feel guilt, but you say no. I definitely have seen you say no without having guilt about it. Okay. And also, I watch women because I like to be an observer of people. And that's why when you said you feel seen, because I'm always paying attention, taking little notes. Mentally, not writing anything down, don't worry. But I've watched you saying no and not feeling like guilty about it. And also not over explaining your no. I watch so many women in leadership say no, but then that doesn't stop there. They say no and then they over explain the reasons behind it. And I think as we navigate through this world as leaders, as business owners, and as women, we tend to over-explain, whereas our male counterparts, they say no, it's done, right? But we tend to over-explain. So what's your secret to that? Tell the listeners.
So my secret is I have a lot on my plate. I do a lot of things. And so I have to make sure that whatever I add is filling me up and not emptying me. So if it's something that is going to serve me or serve my business or make me better at my jobs or make me happy, then I'll say yes to it. But if it's something that you think I should do because you think I should do it, or because you want me to do it, but I don't want to do it, then I'm not going to do it. And that's taken a long time to get to this point, because I think we do always do what everybody else wants us to do versus what we want to do. And it's taken a long time for me to learn, no, I don't want to spend those 2 hours doing that, or that is not something I need to know, or it's just knowing what I need and what makes me happy and what makes me fulfilled, and leaving the rest of it, just leaving it.
Yeah.
And not, like you said, not over-explaining. I can't do that tomorrow night, and I don't have to tell you why. I just, no, I'm not going to do that, but thank you for asking. And that's it.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of people asking because of your exposure in the community. There's a lot of people asking. And because you do it well.
Oh, thank you. And I have a lot of relationships that I want to build and cultivate. And relationships take time. Friendships take time. And I have a lot of people in my life. I'm very blessed. I have a lot of people in my life that I love and who love me, and I want to make sure I have time for them. And not to say that I'm not looking for new friends. I'm always wanting to build new relationships. I mean, you and I hit it off so well, and I love that. And I'd love to spend more time with you.
Well, my goal is to be an easy friend.
I love that.
I want to be an easy client. Yes. Looking at the producers, I want to be an easy client. I want to be an easy friend.
I love that.
I don't want to be a high maintenance. I love someone that if we don't, it doesn't. And it'll happen eventually.
Right. And the relationships that I have that are the strongest are the ones where we may not see each other for months, but we pick up where we left off. And those are the relationships I love. I love you. If you need me, call me. Same thing. I'll call you if I need you. But I want to make sure that I have time for that. And so I can't say yes to everything, and that's okay. That's okay.
You epitomize, is that the word? Epitomize? I'm not sure. Epitome, like you.
I know what you mean.
Okay. Hopefully listeners do. But, we hear that no is a full sentence.
Yes.
You're there. Did you write that? Did you come up with it?
That's
no
cool.
is a full sentence.
I didn't realize that
You don't explain. You're just like, no. Real simple. Just as easy as saying yes. You're like, no.
Again,
no, thank you.
It's taken a long time. It's taken a lot of reflection and a lot of wasted time. And it's taken a long time to get there. But I am there, and I don't feel guilty when I say no, because that's not how I want to spend my time. So, yeah.
Love that.
Thanks.
Okay. So now we have lightning round of questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
So the whole point of lightning round is just whatever first pops in your mind.
Okay.
So what's your favorite wine on the menu at Crazy Cork right now?
I think I'm holding on to summer because I am obsessed with our Sanford Rosé of Pinot Noir. So it's as fun as it sounds. It's a rosé, so it's got this lovely orangey pink hue to it, and it's just delicious, and it's served chilled, and I'm holding on to summer. Yeah.
Okay. What's the one thing you always pack for your solo vacation?
My Kindle Paperwhite. Okay. I love my Kindle. Yep.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
So sleep is super important to me. My friends know this. I'm a very good sleeper. I need sleep, but I would love like an Insta charge. Like just snap my fingers and I've had a full 8 hours of sleep and I feel refreshed, because on a Friday afternoon at the end of a long work week at the hospital and I got to refresh and go into the bar for the night, an instant recharge would be good. So yeah.
Download sleep.
Yes. Just infuse me with sleep. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite questions to ask, because the things that the ladies come up with, I'm like, that is awesome. Yes, I want that too.
Yes.
Yes, an instant recharge.
Yeah.
All right. So this week, take a cue from Cathy. Say no to what drains you. Say yes to what builds you. And say it all with clarity, confidence, kindness, and zero guilt. Post your win of the week on Instagram and tag us at Wonder Women Who Build using the hashtag Wonder Women Who Build. We want to cheer you on. Cathy, I have to say, you've only been in my life for a year, but it feels like you've always been here. You're the kind of woman who stands in truth, defends what matters, and offers up fierce loyalty wrapped in kindness. You make space for fun, for faith, and for deep friendship. And for the record, you're the one I want in my corner any day. Thank you for seeing people deeply, for showing up with boldness, and for sharing this space with us today. For our listeners, subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to be reminded that boundaries are a beautiful form of self-respect. Until next time, keep building with intention, leading with integrity, and never apologizing for standing tall in your truth.